So now we fixed it. Welcome to the Alphanerd podcast. We're arguing about how Kyle is a traitor, and we're going to be going over our movies of the year for the last day of a Christmas special because we could not find,
to be honest,
a place to watch You're a Mean One.
Yeah,
we couldn't find. I couldn't find it anywhere.
Watch it. They said that they were going to let you stream it for free on a certain date, and it never
showing.
So
yeah. So, any news? Anything interesting that you guys have run across? Dan, anything you've read recently? Because usually you find the interesting, weird articles out of nowhere.
I don't know.
I have heard nothing. I was on vacation. I didn't even bother.
Yeah. So,
you're doing a good job then.
I've ignored
Why be on the internet too much if you're on vacation?
So, the only things that I really can talk about is
Henry Cavill's gonna do a 40K thing.
Oh yeah,
Warhammer
everyone's freaking about. He dropped The Witcher for 40K.
Warhammer
40K.
If you ever heard of the miniatures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the new role he's taking.
Because he paints them and stuff.
Well, he was dropped from Superman.
Yeah, James Gunn's going to be doing the next one, and he doesn't. Yeah,
but James Gunn says he wants to keep him on for a different character. He hasn't announced what the new character is going to be yet.
Now Superman's going to be a black guy with blonde hair. I'm fairly confident. How do I know this? Who knows what they do anymore?
Yeah, right. They'll do something.
An Indian guy with blonde hair.
Boot. Yeah.
It's terrible. Okay, let's get back.
So, nothing super great news other than they're revealing what Wednesday got a season 2. They're doing more about the Mario movie.
Did you see that?
Starting next month, Last of Us. Are you interested in watching that with us, Dan?
I don't really care for that.
I thought you liked the game. Oh no, you're not.
The game is pretty good. The second one, I've heard.
Me and Andrew are having that debate. He loves it. I hate it. So we're going over that. I'm working on my Eternal Weekend coverage. Still, I have 2 more episodes to bring up for that. As far as news goes, for just general channel stuff. So we're going to start with do we want to go, all of us talk about one of our top 3s and then go to our top bottom 3s? And then let's just go back and forth?
Let's just go.
Okay. Let's start with one of your top 3, your third of the year.
I didn't really rank them.
Yeah, neither did I.
Yeah, you should.
Just say one of your top 3.
All right, one of my top 3 for the year was, the third one I would say is Werewolf by Night.
Which is?
It is on Disney Plus. It's a Marvel movie featuring
it's like
Bloodstones, and
it's like a part of the mystical stuff.
Yes.
So it's kind
all
of
the
like
mystical stuff of Marvel. So it's not really superhero-y. It's more like horror.
It's like Blade adjacent.
Yeah. Right. And it was actually decent. It was really good. It was all black and white. I really liked it.
Because there's a lot of comic books from the 60s and 70s that are like horror, or like they put the Punisher in like a realistic crime story series for a while.
Right. Yeah, because that's where Marvel originally started, was like Dracula, Frankenstein, vampires.
But then in the 50s, the comics code, you couldn't do a lot of that stuff because it was bad for children.
And then that's when they started switching to like Captain
colorful. Yeah.
So I really liked it. My second of the year, which I wasn't surprised by, because when I remember you put it on, Uma. Yes, I really liked it. It was really well done. As a whole, it was.
That was last year, wasn't it?
No, it said early 2022.
Was it?
Yeah. According to it was one of the big movies of 2022. I might have been wrong, but I had still watched it this year as a new movie. So that's part of it. And then I guess my number 1 for the year is A Violent Night.
That made your number 1?
That made my number 1. Just because it hit all those sweet spots for me.
All the dopamine centers.
Yes. Directly into my brain.
I would have put it.
It stabbed you right in the brain.
If we went top 5, I'd have put it in top 5. It didn't make my top 3, though.
Yeah. Go ahead with your top 3, Greg.
Wednesday.
Okay.
And this is in no specific order. Wednesday, Dahmer, And the third one was hard because if we're going off new stuff that we watched, I didn't watch too much new stuff. Like, I seen the Captain Americas. I had to, like, refresh my memory on them when I watched them. I'm going to go with one that you didn't even want to watch. I'm going to go with Top Gun Maverick. It actually was pretty good.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I forgot that was in this.
That is a decent movie.
It was a good movie. Oh yeah,
I guess
it was a good movie.
You negative Nancy's are saying it's good. I gotta watch it.
It's very similar to the first one.
It is,
which means it's good compared to some of the stuff they're trying nowadays.
It's a rehash. It's kind of like a rehash, but it's not. It's a good movie.
It has similar beats to the old one, but there's new characters, and Maverick's not. He's the main character, but he's not like most important necessarily.
Yeah, right.
So
he's just there.
Without giving away too much, you'd have to watch it. He's the main character, but he's not.
I just know Iceman has like throat cancer.
Yes, Val Kilmer actually does have throat cancer.
Oh, really?
Yes. So he couldn't talk. He couldn't speak. So
that's why he can't act anymore.
That's why he can't act. He actually does have.
And isn't like the main story about like him trying to resolve the issues with Goose's son?
Yes.
Okay.
Whose call sign is Rooster?
Oh, that's great.
It's pretty good.
The bird that can't fly.
And then you find out that like Maverick didn't really push him through the program because he didn't really want to deal with it because
he tried to keep him out of the program actually.
Because he's kind of not a good person about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it's a good movie. You should. I've told you several times it's a good movie and to watch it, and you just roll your eyes at me. So
yeah, when I tell you to watch movies too, you roll your eyes at me, whether I know they're bad or not.
The thing that makes it better than some other movies that have a nostalgia quality, it doesn't really push this nostalgia on it.
No,
and it's naturalistic on why. Because like at the end, they have to use the old F-14s because that's the only plane they could find.
Okay.
Basically,
yeah, right. Well. They kind of crash and they have to use an old one.
Yeah.
It's not they wanted to use it.
It was just they had no other choice.
They had no other choice.
Because they blew up the airfield they were supposed to blow up. But now it's a short runway to do some crazy stuff to try to get out of there and all that sort of stuff.
It's a good movie.
Okay.
Of course it has I was watching a thing about all of Tom Cruise's highest grossing films involve him running at least once in it.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Right.
Top Gun Maverick. He has a running scene in there for no reason.
Top Gun. He has a running scene.
Yeah, tiny Tom Cruise.
Tiny Tom Cruise.
Now it's time for redo.
Because that's why I like the original Top Gun because they don't do the camera angle to make him look taller.
Yeah.
They just have him in the picture with guys who are
taller. Yeah. Right.
Way taller than him. The guy playing Goose was like a foot taller than him.
I didn't realize that because Val Kilmer's in the new one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Val Kilmer's not that much taller than him.
No, he's not very tall.
Not at all. Like, I thought Val Kilmer was...
He's like average, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Tom Cruise is less than... He's like 5'7".
Like 5'5", isn't he?
5'6", something like that.
5'6", and like full of crazy.
I always liked it when Family Guy made fun of him. Time to time. He's like the size of Stewie.
Time for arm pumpy run. running. So, okay, that actually kind of threw a curveball at me.
Yeah.
All right, Dan. I know you're excited.
I totally forgot about the Top Gun Maverick. That might be up there. Because I was joking with you. Because literally, Moon Knight's up there just because it was a new concept, and I like Marvel stuff. It's just, most of the time with the comic book stuff, they tend to try to be clever too much.
Yeah, they try to outdo themselves so much they make the product bad.
So Moon Knight is probably the best thing that came out in that regard. I had to put that.
We all watched it. I mean, we all enjoyed it. Like,
it's just something I like generally. I like comic books anyway. So
I think my favorite whole thing out of it.
I kind of think that's his reason for the Batman. He doesn't want to admit to it to me.
He loves Batman.
I think that's the reason.
He would marry him very, very quickly.
Very quickly. With the W's, I love him so much. I'd be his Alfred, all right.
Okay, so Moon Knight.
I'd dress up like Catwoman for him.
It's different characters, and the actor had to do a lot of different stuff in it.
Right.
It wasn't just the only weakness in that movie was like the one female character. What was the point of her?
The love interest where she weirdly becomes Hawkwoman for a minute.
Well, she's like the daughter of like some high and some.
She's supposed to be a spy or something.
Yeah, she was supposed to be a spy. They just kind of attached extra stuff to her.
Right.
Like her dad was a super intelligent archaeologist.
Yeah, right.
And then I guess her mom had some kind of.
They want to make her like Laura Croft, except not Laura Croft.
Exactly.
And I was like, why don't you just make her like a spy, just like him, and they're working together, and she doesn't understand why he's being weird.
Right.
Yeah.
But she kind of knows why he's being weird.
Yeah.
You know.
My favorite thing from that show was the last end credit scene. I don't know if you saw it, where they introduced the third personality, where he shoots him right in the face at the end. They get him out of the hospital. He's like, "I guess I'm getting away with this. Hey, Conchi, what's going on? You can't do anything about it." And the guy just turns around and shoots him right in the face while speaking Italian.
Well, technically, he has it. There, all the primary moon phases, he has a different personality. So 5 at least.
Yeah, say 5.
Crescent, half, eclipse, 3/4, and
4.
So like 4 maybe, 4 or 5. I'm probably not doing that right, but anyway.
So okay.
All right, so Moon Knight, and you got 2 more.
I kind of like She-Hulk, but I don't really like most of the things I saw this year. So it's kind of one of those things where
it just got to be there because it stood out. Just
I like what's his name? What's the guy who played Abomination?
Oh, I don't know his name.
Roth is his last name.
Yeah.
Edward?
It's something like that.
Anyway.
Yeah, he plays a good Abomination.
There are 8 moon phases.
Wow. That could get interesting. Anyway. So Top Gun Maverick is a good one, but because I was joking around, I said Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and Samurai Cop, which is a direct-to-video or direct-to back alley theater movie. I don't know. It came out like 1990.
Direct to DVD to some old guy named Scraggs on a street corner in L.A.
We don't even know how it got to DVD.
How it got to the internet? Who knows?
Somehow
it is still a gem.
Crawled its way.
Boshadow. Ancient art of Boshadow.
It's like I told my mother. It's like if Knight Rider had a bastard child, and that bastard child was never raised right, and they forgot where it lived. It's pretty sad. So it's really sad.
Down the street, like, oh yeah, he lives there.
Some abandoned child in an abandoned house.
Okay.
That's what it is. But it's hilarious because of the terrible cuts.
So
the bad choreography.
So Top Gun Maverick's going to take your actual.
Probably.
Probably. Absolutely. Just the look on your face.
Because
like, at this point, you're looking like you just want to say Samurai Cop to humor me.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, I liked it in the sense that you liked it.
It was just so bad it was good.
Oh, it was like the Weresheep movie. Like it was so bad that it was funny.
Speaking of,
I showed that to my mother too.
I jumped on my Prime.
Is that the one with it looked like a backyard video thing? The Weresheep one?
No, that one. The Weresheep one actually has good cinematography.
Yeah,
like it has.
What's the movie you showed me with? It looked like it was like a backyard video fight.
Oh, gay zombie versus alien housewife or whatever. That's still on my list to watch next year.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Speaking of my bad movies that I like real much, I jumped onto my Prime Video account. Mm-hmm. And they're like, movies you may like. Very first one, Velocipaster.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I was thinking of.
That one's terrible.
That's the one I was thinking of.
So
with the plastic outfit, because the outfit looks almost exactly like my niece's Halloween outfit. Because she had a Halloween outfit with the.
Well, remember we were pulling up pictures of it, and you can see like the crease of the head bending back and stuff.
Right.
And he's like trying to do the biting.
Yeah. So, not only did that, there was another good one called Santa Jaws, where a aspiring writer gets a magic pen that makes things to come to life, and he decides to write a story about a Santa Claus shark.
Yeah, no, I knew where it was.
So it's like, a terrible version of Death Note.
I really hope.
I like Death Note.
Oh, That's actually what I'm going to put you.
Well, I was trying to reference something good, as opposed to that.
I'm actually going to ask you at some point next year to try watching the actual anime that the movie was inspired, because I think you might like that.
Oh, there's a movie? Yeah. I'm talking about the anime.
I'm talking about the movie.
Yeah. I
saw the anime.
They have William Dafoe as the Shimigami.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I saw the anime though.
It's weird, and I don't like it. but
well,
the fact that Greg liked it might promise that he might actually like the anime, because the anime is kind of really intense. Because he does a lot more devious stuff in the anime.
Well, I mean, I would like that.
Yeah, that's why I think you'd like it.
What are our bottoms?
We're going to start at our bottoms. So,
what were your top 3 again?
Violent Night, Uma, and Werewolf by Night.
Uma was good. I mean, I wouldn't put it in my top, but it was a solid movie. It was a solid horror movie.
I mean, for me, for this year, those were the ones that really stood out.
There's a lot of terrible movies though. So
yeah, well, trust me. Smiles on that list of terrible stuff. The Monsters. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff.
I never had to play.
But
I saw scenes and screenshots.
That's all I needed. That's all you need.
That's all you needed to see.
So
it's kind of like I don't know. Any skeezy Las Vegas convention is what it looked like.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's kind of weird.
It's bad. All you have to do is watch the preview, and that's the movie.
Oh.
That's the whole movie, the preview, and it's garbage. So the bottom 3.
All right. I'm going to start with, and to be able to extend time a little bit, because we kind of blew through that a lot faster than I was hoping for.
We can talk about your extensive list and we can talk about your extensive list and rating system.
Right?
What, we're doing a rating system now?
Well, he has all these notes.
Well, no, it's just a list of the movies that I.
That's the risk. Yeah, I mean,
the list.
That's more than we did. We just mentally did it.
I always put more work in this show than you guys do.
I have shows I've watched without you guys and stuff like Rick and Morty and all that.
Yeah.
I watched that.
So, my third worst of the year will be the Resident Evil series of this year that we watched.
The series or the
series?
The series. I was gonna say the movie.
No,
Raccoon City.
Look, Raccoon City is held a special place in my heart of being bad, but out of the two, this one was way worse.
I saw the first 10 minutes, and then I had a flashback to Gotham, and I'm like, I'm done.
I'm out.
Talking about the series?
Yeah, Gotham is terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, Dan's just like this. Out.
Like the only redeeming qualities, the only good casting was Gordon and Bullock.
Yeah,
but they didn't use them right. So what's the point?
So just like the Resident Evil series, the only good casting was the black guy who played Albert Wesker.
The black guy who played Albert Wesker.
I can't think of his name to save my.
I'm not saying he has to look like a blonde Arnold Schwarzenegger, but still.
The girl did an alright job.
Which one?
The black girl. I thought she did an alright job until
about halfway through.
Yeah.
You do realize that most of these people are trained actors who have to deal with the script they're given. Most of them.
Well, no,
That's true.
I understand.
So,
like,
I usually don't blame the actor unless they're not
good
at all. But
I don't know. I thought she was okay during the series until they made her this.
Until they got her back on the boat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then
when they got her on the boat,
they made her this forgetful, selfish
idiot.
Yeah, and it was really a really weird.
Like it made sense when she was younger,
right.
and it was full of teeny angst, and it made sense.
But when she wasn't on the boat, she was like smart. She was like very savvy.
Yeah, trying to figure out how to get out of the situation.
And then for some reason, she gets on the boat and they turn her into this dumb, selfish
idiot.
Yeah,
fair enough.
It was really weird.
All right, one of your worst, Dan.
Well, obviously the Batman.
Oh, okay. We need your third one.
Oh, I was gonna do a round robin.
That's gonna be on all of our lists, I think.
I think the one is definitely that's my number one of the year. So I think that's gonna be on all three of our lists.
What is? Oh well, I could have had. Look, you could have had.
Say anything about it.
You could have had
save that one.
You could have had 20 things on your list.
That's fair.
There's a lot of bad stuff.
Well, no, it's true, but we're saying.
And I'm not talking about low budget stuff here. I'm talking about
good budget,
millions of dollars.
That's why I figured this one is. I figured this all three of us.
I didn't put that in there mostly because I don't like horror movies generally anyway.
Yeah.
And I like Jamie Lee Curtis as an actress, but it's hard.
She can't like her in that.
She hard to like anybody in that.
right? So
It's not even. Well, we'll get to it. Go
yeah.
ahead.
So what was one of the gems you told me? Batman. You said Batman. Okay.
You said Batman.
Oh yeah, so I'm sorry, I have to go back to the top three.
Bottom.
My third on the top three was Halo because I saw Halo
Oh yeah, we were talking about that. I
because
remember.
I was messing around with Samurai Cop.
Okay.
Samurai Cop's not real.
Oh, I didn't see the movie.
It's a shit
series.
series.
Is it a series?
It's on HBO.
It
Max,
has
right?
it has I don't know if you've ever seen American Gods before. You ever seen American Gods?
No.
It's by based on a book by Neil Gaiman.
Sounds very familiar.
You ever heard the comic book series Sandman?
Yep.
Yeah. That's actually the series. Greg
Well,
wants to
anyway,
watch.
he does. American Gods is basically how the gods change when they go to a different country, all that stuff.
All right.
So he played a leprechaun / old Irish god in that one,
Okay.
and in this one he plays Master Chief. So he was decent in that.
Yeah, it's
A lot of people didn't like it, of course,
yeah.
because the internet loves not liking stuff.
Well, I mean, any movie or show is going to get its name.
I don't know what the rating was on any. I don't know what the percentage of.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, as you say, a lot of people like Halo. So Dan, your third worst of the year.
Third worst. Ugh.
What do we got? Batman.
Yeah, he said Batman. So
Well, I got one of his bad ones. I need
Yeah.
two more.
well, no. Remember, we're going around in a circle because I only named one of mine.
You named two of yours.
No, we talked about the one a little bit because we pointed it out. I didn't talk about this one yet. I didn't talk about this one at all yet.
Oh, I can't even read it. Let me see. Oh, yeah, no, you didn't talk about that.
Yeah. So the Batman, and we have a whole episode dedicated to that, so we really don't have to go into too much.
Although we might want to get into your newfound love for
I
it for
know,
some
yeah,
reason.
right.
Okay, we'll get into my newfound love for this movie. Like I said, I rewatched it, and like I said, I enjoyed a lot of the choreography, especially in the Penguins dance club front scene. Hey, shut up.
Go on.
Go on.
Yeah. Listen, when he told me last night about it, I was looking at him like with this really blank stare on my face, just rerunning through all the garbage we had said about this movie. And then he turned around and he's like, I really like it. It was in my top 5.
Yeah, well, that's also without doing the research, remembering I watched all this too. So, it quickly got bumped down when I can remember other things.
Oh, so are we going to me? So
Yep.
he's already said the Batman. That's on my list. So I mean, so I can skip past. So my second one is going to be Munsters. Munsters was definitely a very huge disappointment.
Yeah, for a lot of
Especially I was really excited that they were finally coming out with something new with it because it was obviously my childhood. We grew up watching it a lot.
Yeah.
And then Rob Zombie just decided to destroy everyone's childhood.
Well, the sad part is, from the looks of everything, it looked right. Like, the makeup was amazing when we first saw all the shots and some of the stuff they were doing.
Yeah, like still frames of them, they look great.
And then when they
It's
decide
when
to
they
have
move-
people
it's
talk
when they
and
move
move.
and talk is when it all goes downhill.
See, it should have been a silent movie at worst.
Yeah, it really should have been a black and white silent monsters movie.
I think there's too much. As far as I can tell, it seemed like there's too much underglow, too much lighting on the face and stuff like that.
Well,
It was too much like a haunted house instead of
They did that. And
like a regular place.
they went for like a 60s.
Yeah, they pushed the 70s
lights
where they have,
and signs.
you know what's going on? Remember the Austin Powers movie where they would do
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in
I
between
gotcha.
scene transitions where the giant spinning
yeah.
thing in the back and you'd be dancing?
Yep.
Yeah, they did that a lot. A lot.
A lot. Like annoyingly a lot.
So it's incredibly derivative.
And then like Herman Munster's voice was like loud, like high, like squeaky.
Yeah, very light.
And yeah, right. And it just didn't. It doesn't.
Matt, it doesn't even
it
come
doesn't-
close to
yeah,
the
right.
original.
It doesn't
actor.
hit. It doesn't hit right.
And then the one thing you said you hated more than anything. What's her
Oh,
face's
the
hand? What's her face's hands?
Her hand movement. She's always like it's really weird.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, like she's Captain Jack Sparrow on crack. times 10.
without the acting.
Well, it seems like she's like what, a stereotype of a go-go dancer kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
kind of, but just never stopping with.
Yeah, right.
Never. Like, she's in bed by herself, and her hands are just twiddling all over the place.
Why?
Face.
No, we don't know.
She never. The character in the show never did anything like
No
that.
reason.
No, she
Never,
did,
ever.
like,
No.
she'd do it for like one quick second, going
For the
like just something really like trying
or
to
as an entrance.
Well,
Yeah.
when she's like saying how in love with him she is in her bedroom, her hands are like, I'm so in love with him, and her hands are like flailing all over. It's like, oh my gosh.
It made you so mad.
It was
So
irritating.
my number 2 worst of the year is Thor: Love and Thunder.
Didn't see it.
It
I was thinking about it and I decided against it.
you made the right call.
I saw a bunch of scenes about him falling, like saying that does the hammer still love me anymore?
That was a
And all this other
Now, there was-
stuff.
that was probably like the only saving grace of that movie that was entertaining was the weird, like they tried to do like a rom-com thing
I was
with
going
it.
to say, you kind of said it was rom-com.
Yeah, it was very rom-com-y, but that part was like, he was sitting there going, man, I really miss Mjolnir, and then Stormbreaker would be floating behind him just like in his face, and then refused to work for him just because he missed Mjolnir. That was the only thing I found amusing about the rest of the movie was...
Yeah, but you know,
So they still tried to bring into the whole sentient weapon thing.
yes.
but you know,
That was a mistake in the comics. Why can't they stop?
but you know what? Here's where we get back to the Batman thing. We hated Batman. Kyle apparently loves it. Kyle hates
That's because
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people loved it.
Who knows?
I haven't seen anybody
It's
that's...
got like great reviews. What are you talking about?
It's just not good. But is it great reviews because it's good, or is it great reviews because everyone loves Chris Hemsworth?
Probably. It's probably why.
Just because he's super handsome
That's
and ripped.
probably why, but it's still got good reviews.
Yeah. I mean, if we go by that, the Batman got great reviews too.
Not by like big name people, I don't think.
Yes, like it was a
You know how the Hollywood people are.
whoever writes
They
the
will
text.
just kiss each other's,
Oh, yeah, without a
tushies.
doubt.
whatever. As long as it's...
So, yeah, so like you said, they did the sentient hammer thing, which you hate. Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher.
There's nothing wrong with Christian Bale, but they probably messed up Gore.
Christian Bale's a good actor.
Because the
He's a good actor.
problem with that story...
What I think is they gave him a part that he could not be good at. Like,
See, I don't know anything about whoever.
all right, so Gore the God Butcher's whole thing was he was praying, like his planet was like full of harsh environments and drought and death and stuff.
Okay.
And he was praying to the gods to save his family and everything else, and his family eventually starved and died from poor environment.
Yeah, right.
And he was praying to the gods, and then he found the corpse of two gods that instead of, doing what they were supposed to be doing, they were fighting each other over stupid stuff instead of, looking after the people who pray to him.
Right.
So he was like, that's it, I'm tired of gods, and he was going to go kill him, and one of the gods turned into a black goo that became the Necro sword, which is just a sword that could kill gods. And it pretty much possessed him, and then he...
That is literally not what happened.
All right, go for it.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the way it should have worked.
Oh, go for it. Because you know,
'Cause
you know it way more detail.
Well, he made his own thing. He had to figure out years and years of figuring out how to kill gods to do it.
Yeah, but the Necroblade I thought was part of the...
I'm
it's the
not
body
sure.
of one of the gods. Sorry, he took the body.
I'm not
of
sure
one of
how
the
it
gods or
works in the
something.
comics exactly. I just remember him.
It's something weird.
Basically, he figured out a way to be immortal so he could kill them all.
Yeah, and he's like going around...
And in the comics, he basically kills all of them except for Thor. And then Thor goes back in time with other versions of himself to kill him before everything happened. Kind of thing. Because they're gods, so there's like weird time travel stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
And he was like 1,000,000 years old at that point.
yeah.
And it had anything to do with Jane Foster.
Yeah, no, it had nothing to do with that. And then on top of it, they because I know they retconned it later, Dan, where the Necrosword is a part of the symbiote god.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was...
The symbiote thing was fine by itself. They didn't have to mess around with that.
They've decided to. Nerds.
Nerd.
Nerds. Alphanerd podcast. Yeah, so Marvel's gotten weird with their storylines.
You can point and laugh. It's fine. I'm used to it.
Words can't hurt me.
You want to bet?
Oh my god. But yeah, so pretty much he just got
off of. Then they say something and they're like, ouch.
I remember Futurama when he goes, they can crush my body, but they can't hurt my spirit. They can't crush my spirit. And then they smash him. He's like, oh, my spirit.
That was when the claw comes down and crushes him.
So it just was not good. As far as it was very much.
What was the visuals like?
Very James Gunn. Where it's bright, like the Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's bright colors. My other saving grace is Russell Crowe as
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell Crowe is in it.
He's in it?
Yeah, he plays Zeus.
Oh man.
And
is he still overweight?
Oh yeah.
Good for him though.
He still looks good.
I mean, good for him? He's at home drinking beers and relaxing. Who cares?
He's like, I'm not doing all this stuff like Chris Hemsworth.
He will always be the gladiator for me. I don't care.
So and his portrayal of Zeus, instead of doing like the big booming, oh, I'm the god of thunder, it's more the flamboyant Greek guy who's just going around and being lecherous on everybody.
Got it.
Oh, it's so good. That's probably my absolute favorite part of that movie, but it was still bad. The ending was bad. It was weird. It was a very, very much terrible movie that they just wanted to make Jane Foster for.
Russell Crowe and fighting around
the world.
So it's just like the comics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they gave Jane Foster Mia Mia as a one just because what? Does she have cancer this time?
Yes.
Okay, so she's
and
sad.
And the thing that every time
so she has sad and she has cancer. So now they're gonna give her Mia Mia,
and she's dead now.
And she's dead now.
They killed her off.
And I'm like, because I found it.
She got her one movie, and they're like, done.
Because I found it always interesting. I'm like, there are much more worthy people who've done a lot more crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Who are women.
Other
than Jane Foster, who
just happened to be the girlfriend of Thor.
And she was a nurse or a doctor and had cancer. Okay. There are millions of people, unfortunately, who have cancer.
Yes.
So why couldn't it be somebody else?
Yeah, like the guy who constantly gives blood or something like that. It could have been anybody.
Right.
So they did do a good thing with that, where they kept that, where every time she uses the hammer, all the chemicals in her body go away, and it purifies her of all that. So it's just the cancer is progressing worse and worse because
that's always my favorite part about the Marvel universe.
Well, it takes all the drugs out of her, so it just constantly.
Oh yeah, okay. So it just to slow it down.
Yeah, and while she's in her Thor form, it's not killing her.
Right.
But it's constantly progressing, and as soon as she deforms, it just catches up with her all at one shot.
That's why I've always found Marvel the most fascinating. Because on one hand, they have people who go to other universes, but somehow you don't have infinite energy, or the cure for cancer, or a million other things that you'd think super genius could figure out by now.
This would go into
time traveling,
right?
Well, no, they have that. They figured that out.
But they can't cure cancer.
Well, no, that's what I mean. You have time travelers, but
I know they're trying to be relevant.
I
know they're trying to be relevant.
We're talking about like Reed Richards, the smartest man in the universe, who can literally has a intergalactic council of himself, and they figured out all this stuff, but they still can't.
You got Pym that can shrink you down to the size of a.
Yeah, who could probably literally go in and punch the cancer out of you. Literally beat the cancer out of you. Like beat up the cancer cells. Like literally go in your body and beat up cancer cells, and they don't figure any of this out.
Yeah.
Gotta love continuity.
Well, the comics are different simply because the Necrosword was held by another supervillain, which they didn't want to introduce.
Who was that?
Called Null. Never heard of him.
Oh yeah, Null's the symbiote god. He's the symbiote god.
Okay, so it was held by him. So it's
yes.
So there you go.
I said it was part of him. I couldn't remember if he held it or it was part of his body.
And so he took it from him somehow. He didn't kill Null, but he gave it to him. I guess I don't know.
I'll have to rewatch the storyline for all that.
And then he went around killing people, and then in the future, various Thors throughout history, and then the younger Thor from Viking Age era killed him with 2 different Mjolnirs.
Mew Mews.
Mew Mew.
And there was no Jane Foster or any of that stuff.
Yes. So, and then the other thing was if he killed enough gods and then used the sword on something, he got a wish. And he got the wish and wished his daughter back to life. And then Thor adopted her.
Apparently in the comics, he already resurrected them for some other reason, some other way, and then they had a big bomb that was going to kill all the gods in the universe somehow.
Yeah. So
they don't really explain it, of course.
Well, yeah, but that's a way better villain than I got to be super tragic all the time.
He kind of looks like Uncle Fester too, which is not good. From the Addams Family, looks just like him.
Yeah, fair enough.
A little bit more pale, actually, which is weird, but
Yeah.
Because he was literally an alien.
Yeah. So
not just a human-looking guy.
So what was your number 2?
Black Adam, maybe?
Yeah. I was gonna say, you said Black Adam.
I like the look of him.
Yeah.
The action was fine.
The rest of the movie,
you can tell Black Adam's not very smart. No.
And that's the thing, is he's super smart.
He's supposed to be.
Yeah. He's supposed to be.
What does it tell you that a 13-year-old kid's smarter than him?
That's fair. That is
in the Shazam movie, the kid at least had common sense most of the time. He was living on the street the whole time.
Yeah, and also used to learn how to use the powers against the main villain, where Black Adam's like, I'm just gonna punch my way to victory.
And plus the movie,
all I know is anger and punching.
The movie didn't even emphasize the villain until like 3/4 of the way through it.
Yeah.
Sabak wasn't a thing until like
the last 20 minutes.
Right. That should have been the whole thing. Was about him fighting that guy.
Yeah, trying to prevent that from happening.
And that's why he wants the crown and all this other stuff. Or wanted to stop somebody from using it.
Yeah, not a pseudo.
Because that wasn't even mentioned.
Until near the end.
And then there's the whole intergang thing.
Yeah.
Why would it's an army, it's not a gang anyway. And the gang of what?
Gang of
like I told you a couple days ago, it's like if the mafia called themselves the mafia to everybody. Hey, I'm in the mafia. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm mafia man.
I'm in the intergang. I'm in the gang. I'm in the intergang. See? I have an insignia and everything.
Yeah, we have our own name tags.
Why would you? You're like the worst criminals in the universe.
And our own matching jackets.
So it's like a varsity club.
Oh.
And they have checkpoints that any kid on skateboard can get around.
Yeah, but
there's no sandbags. There's no nothing. It's just an open street with some guys standing around.
And the weird transition of certain people's powers, because Hawkman all of a sudden can go toe to toe with Shazam, and Dr. Fate can't.
Well, I understand him taking a hit from him, but being able to literally push his arm out and stop him from moving is no.
Yeah.
It's like Superman.
Getting wrestled down by Bruce Wayne. Just regular old Bruce Wayne, not with kryptonite, without prep time. Just let me hold you down there, Superman. Oh, that was... Yeah. And there was just a lot.
It would have been cool if they gave Hawkman a force field. That would have made sense.
Yeah, something. Not just...
Because he was getting punched dangerously close to his open jaw by a guy who could throw buses miles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He should have been dead.
Literally can throw tanks. They were pieces of paper.
Yeah. And it's too much telling and not enough showing. They... Like the one guy mentioned, he kept saying he's not a hero, but he acts like a hero all the time.
Yeah. I'm not a hero. Let me save this guy. I'm not a hero. Let me do this. And then I'm not a hero. You're definitely not a hero because you killed a bad guy. Yeah, he was a bad guy. He, the one dude he went to kill is literally just got done talking about how he likes killing puppies and children and everything else. And he's like, we can't kill him. He's an innocent person. We have to be responsible with our powers.
I think the primary problem is that the scope was too small. They had to confine to that one area, right? but he should have been taking that over in the first, hour.
You're saying, you're saying they put him in a corner.
Yeah, it should have been more like a global or regional thing against other countries or.
Yeah, where he just
because he should have just. If the Justice Society were that bad, he should have just taken them out in like 2 seconds and then just did whatever he wanted.
Yeah, and then at
the end of the,
I think you're right.
And then
And
then halfway through the movie, they figure out there's something worse problem, so they had to go back to him after they got,
they messed everything up.
After they got destroyed by him. That was the whole because that's what they do. They get destroyed by him every time.
Yeah,
except Dr. Fate when he's not crazy. Because that could have been a sub-storyline where he's not in his right mind and he's doing stuff, but he doesn't know exactly what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, instead of this weird, I can see my death in the future, so I'm just going to accept it.
Now, granted, I don't know, maybe they felt bad, like, asking James Bond to do that. I have no idea.
They're not calling Pierce Brosnan. We're sorry you have to act in this movie, James Bond. Like, what? I'm Pierce Brosnan. Yeah,
well, he always acts like his James Bond characters. He doesn't do anything out of that box, really.
Yeah. Even
Mamma Mia,
Mrs. Doubtfire, he was
always a suave guy.
Yeah, Doubtfire, he was always the suave guy, except for he got beat up by Rob Williams once in a while.
Now Rob Williams could take him.
I kind of actually wish we could have got this.
He didn't get beat up by Robin Williams. He got beat up by Mrs. Doubtfire.
But now I kind of want to see that. That'd be interesting, though. A fight, like if Robin was.
Are we getting off track again?
Because so
I don't think
that was your number two.
So Black Adam wasn't.
I don't think Robin Williams was a fighter. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. Black Adam wasn't the greatest. There are many YouTube videos that will be more thorough than we are. Yeah. So
we're not going to divulge.
I can't put my number 3 or my number 2 because I've already said it, and my number 3 is your number 3.
Yep. And are you going to join the group in that number 3?
Might as well.
All right. So
on
the count of 3,
one movie we all agree on.
Yep. On the count of 3, we will say it out loud. Our dumpster fire of a movie for the year.
Halloween.
1, 2, 3. Halloween ends.
Garbage.
Oh.
A rancid dumpster fire.
Yeah. A nonsensical plot, a pseudo-mystical. It's not him, it's the town. He creates evil. And the most nonsensical love story.
So really, if you watch it, it's not even a Michael Myers movie. It's a random slasher film with Michael Myers making a cameo.
Yeah.
That's really, it's what it is. It's
a mental health. It's a mental health movie. It's a really badly told mental health movie.
It's a very generic slasher film with like the teenage love crap.
With some of the world's stupidest people.
Right.
Well, yeah. Obviously, the parts where there's a noise coming from that darkened freaking sewer pipe, and I'm gonna go look into it. Really?
Right.
Call the police. See, they will push into it and see what happens.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry if Michael Myers isn't mystical. Enough guns will deal with the problem.
Yeah, well,
apparently they didn't think that far ahead.
Well, Halloween Kills, they shot him, stabbed him, bludgeoned him.
They didn't shoot him enough, apparently.
Listen, they just shoot his shoulders and his legs. I don't know why no one aims for the head. I said this in Batman. No one aims for the head.
Yeah, that hallway scene. Going back to the Batman is the reason we hate that movie.
And he's surrounded by 10 people with guns, and none of them shoot him in the head.
All the muzzle flares in the universe.
You're right.
Anyway, back to stupid people in darkened basements.
No, it was a sewer.
And that stupid, weird, hyper fast love plot. Hold my hands, take my hands. What was that?
Oh yeah,
whereas she's outside. Remember, she's like, take my hands, and he's like, I can't.
When he stormed out of the bar. Yeah. It was really weird.
I think that guy was.
It was a very weird.
It didn't make any sense the way how over emotional he was
for everything.
For everything.
Well, I mean,
some
Or are they trying to make a point about gender roles? Is that what this
get
was about?
some
I
of
don't
it.
know.
I get some of it. Like the town blamed him for killing the kid, and we didn't really kill the kid. Well, I mean,
he killed the kid.
It was an.
right.
It just wasn't
but
like
on
he
purpose.
meant to.
Yeah, right. So like, I get like he's an outcast. I get where you're coming from in that angle, but it's really weird how they set up the whole love. The whole
Their weird love.
Yeah,
it was
right. So
weird.
Well,
the
the disconnect I have is with the whole interpretation. Oh, it was the town. I go, the town didn't make Michael Myers the way he was. He was just always going to be the way he was.
Well, yeah, I think there's.
And then
he
the
made,
town,
he
or,
made the town the way that they.
and the town,
Yeah, he's like
is
how-
full of a bunch of
idiots.
idiots. You know.
Yeah, idiots.
That guy.
That's the best part of the movie.
That's kills.
The absolute best part of the movies were the insane guys running around the hospital with everyone trying to catch Michael Myers. He's running up the steps and he's like, it's just weird. It's a weird movie.
I do like how the new serial killer killed people, but that's about it. You know, like the disc jockey guy.
That's the best kill. The best kill is the disc jockey guy.
I don't know. I like
You
the
don't like
blowtorch to the face with the one girl when he took the blowtorch to her face.
Yeah, but I mean, I like that.
That's a little more scary than the other ones. Granted, because of the sadistic nature.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
I just like the visual of the DJ though. Like he cuts his tongue off, the tongue's sitting there on the record player
Yeah.
skipping. He's bashing his head in off the record.
And also considering the way this guy is like emotionally unstable, how can he do all that stuff, then all of a sudden come back and be act all calm about it? This guy can't handle himself in front of a normal conversation. I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
No one changes the psychopathic that fast if he isn't before that. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it was very.
It takes a long time to build up to that stuff.
It was a very weird. Like I said, it's a
You all right?
You're right.
phlegm come up my throat. It's a very generic slasher film with a cameo from Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers. That's pretty much all.
Actually, there's way too much Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Way
And
too
then
much.
the pseudo love story
About
between
her.
her and the old sheriff. And
Oh yeah.
that was really poorly acted. Both those actors are amazing actors, and I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah,
there.
you're right. There's a lot of Jamie Lee Curtis now that everything.
Talking about her books and her experience with Michael and all
How
the
quickly she got over Michael killing everyone she
her whole
knows.
family, except for her granddaughter.
Yeah, she weirdly got over that super fast.
maybe they have a point. They're talking about a point about she's a psycho too, really, but
Maybe.
doesn't really think she is somehow.
I mean, I think
She's a high functioning psychopath, I guess. I don't know.
the end fight's all right. Like with when Jamie Lee Curtis and him finally fight at the end, that's a good fight scene for me.
Yeah.
Like, but other than that, like they could have just left them out and it'd have been.
Yeah.
I actually would have liked it better if they'd have left those guys out and just said this is some generic slasher film.
Or put Michael Myers in the very beginning where he ends up killing Michael Myers and he just kind of snaps from it and becomes the
And
killer
takes
himself.
over.
Yeah, takes
right,
over the role.
Right, I got you. Oh, well, that's why I thought they were going with it, to be honest with you.
Oh, they kind of pseudo did for like 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, right. It was just...
And also, for some reason, killing makes Michael Myers stronger and younger.
It was a horrible plot.
Yes.
I don't know.
I think it's the boots. The boots make him immune to stuff.
Just his boots.
It's magic.
They're magic.
The magic.
Doc
Magic is in
Martens.
the magic.
They're simultaneously really heavy and clunky when he needs them to be, but also incredibly ninja-like silence
Yeah, it's
when
true.
he needs them to be too. Because he
It
is
allows,
like doesn't make
allows
any
him to kick a desert eagle to make a lady
He
shoot
goes, I
herself
can
in the
walk
face."
with perfect posture down the middle of the street with a cleaver in my hand, and no one will notice.
Yeah, right? Oh, man.
And those streetlights are no problem either. Never.
Never. Ever.
Never.
The streetlights never work. when
And
he's
those
around.
short fences, even though I'm a tall man, they conceal me totally.
Dumpster fire. That twig of a tree that you're hiding behind and your head pops out the side. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that was a bad movie.
Watching anything new?
No.
We just finished the Wednesday.
Yeah, we finished
Seriously.
Wednesday. We started the Cabinet of
Cabinet of
Curiosities.
Did you like, growing up, did you like
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt or Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone was alright sometimes, but
So,
Tales from the Crypt was usually just bad special effects. I don't know.
Cabinets of Curiosity
Is a cross between
is in
those two.
in that genre with those two. So it's like cheesy '80s horror skits. I would
gotcha.
say. So like if you liked that growing up, this is going to be like more of a nostalgia.
Well, Twilight Zone was more psychological generally.
Well, I mean, it had its alien
Plots and stuff like that. Twilight Zone was a lot more psychological stuff, but they also had once in a while the weird episodes that were very in your face.
Right.
Like the one where the aliens come for dinner. We want to have you for dinner.
Yep.
And no one realized.
That they actually meant them.
Yeah. So anything in 2023 anyone's looking forward to?
No, 2024.
Oh, what's 2024?
Deadpool 3.
Oh, yeah. And me and you were talking the other day after we talked about the Violent Night about some of the other stuff, where we were talking about the Captain America. Chris Evans supposed to be done with Captain America, but they have Captain America.
They're going to have
movie
a
coming.
Captain America movie.
What?
Another Captain America movie's coming out next year. Even though Chris Evans says he's done with it, so this is going to be interesting.
It's going to be a terrible fiasco of doom.
Of Doom. Doom.
Well, then we said they.
So they have a guy. So the last Captain America is the guy who doesn't have the super soldier serum and can't really throw the shield right anyway.
Sam.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's the problem. We don't know if it's going to be him in this or
Yeah, we don't know if they convinced.
they just kind of just said
Or just
there's
some
Captain America
rando.
movie.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. They haven't really.
He actually gave the shield the.
He gave to Sam.
Yeah,
Sam
right.
gave it back to the government for some reason. But the ones we were talking about also that we were not looking forward to was The Marvels, which is another
Oh yeah, that's one
Brie
with
Larson Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Um,
She-Hulk. Well, this all started because we were talking about She-Hulk 2 season 2.
yeah,
Got approved, but it's not going to come out until
2024.
2024 because they want to get Phase 5 done, and then She-Hulk season 2 be a part of Phase 6.
Yep. I'm looking forward to Secret Invasion.
I think they should stop numbering the phases because they're becoming terrible.
They are. They're getting worse as they go.
Oh, well,
Secret Invasion because
so that's what Kyle and I were talking about. Do you think they'll make it to Phase 10? Because the goal is Phase 10. Do you think they'll make it to a Phase 10?
I don't think so.
That's what
Do you
we
think
said.
it'll
I don't
come?
I think the superhero
I think
stuff's
they
getting a
make-
little passe, to be honest.
I think
But
they'll
yeah.
make it to 7 or 8, and then they're done.
because the Secret Invasion thing, I understand what they're trying to probably do. It's probably because they want to have the Skrulls seem like good guys, and then they're not good guys.
Yes.
Because they didn't have Fantastic Four at the time, and that's where the Skrulls come from. Because they meet them out in space,
Right.
and then they end up like infiltrating, like hiding out on their ship and stuff, and infiltrating the world. Basically, invasion of the body snatchers.
Okay.
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
They shapeshift.
It came about the same time,
So
and then they end up fighting one who has all their powers at the same time.
the other stuff I'm looking forward to for the next season is Vox Machina season 2.
They're just now coming out with season 2 of that?
Yeah, it just came out last year. I mean, this year, like early this year,
I thought it came out last year.
like
Or the year
end of
before.
2021 into 2022. Like,
Oh, okay.
So there's that. The Last of Us. I'm going to.
Yeah, you were
I'm
going
going
to
to watch
that.
Carnival Row season
Carnival
2.
Row season 2's coming, yep. What We Do in the Shadows season 5 is next.
I don't know if they should do another season of that. And that's gonna be because this season was not as good as the other seasons. It had its moments.
This season was good except for one episode.
It started running together with like some of the jokes they were doing, and it just didn't seem as strong as like the first couple seasons. Like it, just like Rick and Morty. Like they're still good seasons, but they're not as strong as like.
Well, see, I think you want a show to be new every episode, and it doesn't happen like that.
No.
It just doesn't work. Like every idea is a rerun. Like I'm sorry, but you can like the Batman, but every Batman is pretty much the same to me.
Yeah.
There's the Joker or some criminal he's chasing through the whole movie, and he gets sidetracked to these other dumb little things.
Well, the thing with the different like criminals and him, they all have different personalities.
Right.
And the problem I had with the Riddler is he's basically the Joker except in the Zodiac killer's outfit.
Right.
It wasn't very. It was derivative and annoying.
Because I'm trying to look right now to the other movies that are not Marvel based or comic book based that are coming out, and there's another Willy Wonka.
Yeah, but that's a rehash again.
Yep, and then we have Avatar 3.
But that's what I'm saying. There is no original ideas anymore.
Yeah, Avatar 3.
Yeah, there's going to be 4 of them.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh.
There's some comic books.
Honey.
Yep.
They're doing a Joker too, I heard too, aren't they?
Yep, that's on here too.
No, whatever. That's ridiculous.
I can't pronounce his name. What is it?
Joaquin
Phoenix. Then we have Mario.
No.
Apparently, we're getting another.
Well, did you see that Luigi's the one he saves in Mario? It's not going to be Princess Peach.
Oh, we'll see. Whatever.
I guess Bowser kidnaps Luigi.
Yeah, whatever. It's going to be weird. Oh, Fast and the Furious 10.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's basically a superhero movie series now.
We're getting another Mad Max movie.
How old are we? I'm going to be 35 next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you were a teenager.
I bet you that we see Fast and Furious until I'm 55. That's how ridiculous they're getting with these movies.
Well, when you get to be 55, I'm pretty sure this channel won't be a thing anymore, but we will come back on.
If I make it to 55.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you know I'm a speed demon and everything.
Yeah. Oh, Cocaine Bear.
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, I did see I think that might be all right.
Yep.
As long as they don't,
I think it's going to be a hilarious movie.
Yeah. Because they're not taking it too seriously, but they're taking it serious enough where it doesn't look
they're
dumb.
not good. Yeah.
It's supposed to be kind of like, it sounds like it's sort of like, I don't know. You ever seen, Great Outdoors?
Yes. Yep.
Except not a comedy as much. It's a comedy.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be...
semi-serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We're getting another Evil Dead movie, too.
Why?
Because he had a good series, I guess.
I think it's the girl one. Yep, it's the girl one. Where they had the girl, where they did the super serious one.
Yeah, well, I liked it.
Yeah, so they're doing a second one, finally.
There's going to be a part 2 of it?
Yeah. I don't know.
She opens up the portal at the end.
Yeah, and remember it got out and attacked her, and then she crushed it after she removed her own arm.
Yeah, but then there was she had to sacrifice someone at the end, and she didn't.
Guys.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's about that time, so.
And then the rain starts coming, and then...
This is the most exciting episode yet, I can tell.
So we'll go with that, and then on top of it, we are probably going to have a New Year's stream. Me and Andrew are pounding that all out right now. Yeah. So we will get back to them.
That is not appropriate.
Good night.